rights and the head of IHRM has very a unique experience in leading of human rights more than 30 years under his foundation, International Human Rights Movement. This is the time for you to give us your vision and vision and also your advice for the whole people all over the world who's looking for that and to be together forever for each person all over the world. Dr. Basharat, the microphone with you.
Thank you, respectable delegate, ambassador, human rights workers, listener, audience, and human rights defender around the world. It is such a great privilege and honor to be a part of such a great speakers from around the world with a multi-language background, multi-color, multi-religion background, and the full of powerhouse of knowledge. I can also welcome the people who are listening on a YouTube and a social media and a Facebook. I want to confirm in the end of my speech, I'm available to answer all the questions and any concern which will raise by your local audience. Thank you for joining me today as we discuss some critical element of international diplomacy and role of global organization in shaping better, more united world. The topic I will touch on today are not only vehicle on our modern world but are fundamental for any community and understand how the global society function. Principle of public law, that is one of the major principle we have to understand and we have to aware of this. To begin, the principle of public international law provide the function upon which related between nation and build their principle promise peace, security and cooperation between countries, religion and background. They guide how nation interests increase the state respect each other, solidarity and uphold human rights and protect people during time of war. In the world where conflict is common, these principles are beacon of justice. They remind us that no country stand alone, what effort one affect all. The United Nations and the specialized organization next to the United Nations UN pillar of global peace and cooperation established after World War II. The UN worked to prevent conflict between countries and between nations. Human rights and promote sustainable development through specialized engagement such as UNICEF of Children Welfare, WHO for Health, and UNICEF of Education. The UN support the countries address some of the world's most urgent challenges. The United Nations is not gathering of nations. It is a platform for human. It is a platform for justice. It is a platform to speak. It is a platform to let's work together and bring the peace, justice for us security. Mutual understanding and most powerful diplomacy is the key for a success. Bring colors, culture, religion and nation on a one stage to find out the solution for a global disagreement, especially for a war. We are in United Nations fighting against all kind of injustice. As global organization, we advocate for human rights in Palestine. We advocate human rights for Syria, for Ukraine, for Burma, for Kashmir, regardless their color, their culture and their background. The language of Arab state, the prime example for region cooperation, formed to promote culture and political value among other nations. We are not here the group of people who speak Arabic or who want to defend the Arab League. We are working to bring the all kind of nation together. In this modern world where we all are a global villagers, we are part of the small community. It is very such a great honor sitting from my home in Bristol, United Kingdom. I am addressing right this moment throughout this global technology, this latest pillars. I can discuss all kind of issue in regard the boundaries and color and countries boundaries. I can speak anyone. This is a key for diplomacy. Before few hundred years ago, not more than 50 years ago, we used to travel years and years to discuss the small issues between nations. But no, these steps are only one phone call or one Zoom call away. So we need to use these weapon. The other example, the European Union and NATO. The European Union, EU and NATO are two key organizations. They have contributed significant peace and stability in Europe and EU with a focus of economic and political cooperation has transformed from Europe into zone of peace after centuries of conflict. This is one of the great example for us and for the rest of the world. If Europe become a peaceful society after decades of conflict and wars, so why not we can bring the peace between the nation which are fighting for many reasons and affected the innocent people. Diplomacy is a key for these success. One of the great diplomatic success is in a modern area, in modern world, is a success of peace in Middle East and success of peace in Europe. We can take this copy paste and implement these rule and regulation of great success of diplomacy in Pakistan and Kashmir and Iraq and Yemen and Syria and Palestine. So we need to come and unite and engage our youth in diplomatic way to understand what and how we can achieve with a peaceful dialogue between nation and between countries. African Union is one of the great example for us in 2065 vision. They were one of the strongest and powerful vision for after 40 years they are planning. Turning Africa in African Union vision is 2065 is emotional plan for future. It is evidence that if the nation want to change themselves, they can change with the diplomacy rather than. Can you please switch off the mic? Yeah. And social development. The African Union aims to position Africa as a global leader by 2065. Look at the whole gracefully they are bringing with the hope and justice and equality for Africa, bringing as a global leader in next 40 years. This is can possible if the Berlin Wall can demolish, if the war between European countries can finish. So why not Africa can dream big for 2065? It is only 40 years we will witness if by the grace of God, if we are alive till that time, that the Africa will one of the most powerful in a diplomatic status. US foreign policy is one of the great example for us. The United Nations under the president and under the parliament, the US is planning to bring justice around the world. This is a great example for us, like people who are working from different part of the world. Mr. Osama, I can see Dr. Malik and people, other speakers, they will agree with me. People like you who will train our upcoming generation in diplomatic way, who can engage our generation, who can open the barriers and door for these big union and big tech organization to become a part of this. This is only possible if we train them, if we let them hand for success, if we guide them. This is the way you need to be a diplomat, you need to be a peacemaker, you need to be an advocate for a peace. This is the short and this is a strong message. We can left a legacy behind us. People will follow our road step. EU foreign policy and relation is one of the other example. Look at the European Parliament and EU. Simply, the European Parliament foreign policy is highlighting and engaging with the international organization. The EU commitment and human rights, climate change and the global development make a critical partner in the international organization like UN, the World Trade Organization. The EU multiple approach strengthened its interpersonal and human step on the next level, promoting rule basic international order where diplomacy turns with the conflict. So our subjects, how we can benefit our upcoming generation, how they become a diplomat, how they become a powerful diplomat in this global village. China foreign policy and relationship with international organization. Look at the one of the great example we have is China. Look at the where China was 50 years back, where the China right now, one of the global more economical superpower China is right now, without war, without any conflict, just bringing their basic people on a better life. China changed the shape of the world. China declared that there is not only you can be a superpower by attacking other country or by being a powerful weapon or biggest army in the world. Yes, you can reach and you can get success in these platforms only by the strong Chinese relationship. Let's focus on the Chinese diplomats and Chinese over international policy. Finally, China's foreign policy has become an internationally promote global affairs. China is a prominent member of the United Nations Security Council and deeply involved organizations such as World Health Organization, the International Minority Fund, and the World Trade Organization. China built the World Trade Organization, the road diplomatic. That is one of the great example for the rest of the world. If you have a strong diplomats, if you have a strong foreign policy, you don't need to win people with your war. You don't want to be a superpower, being attack or demolish or getting a power on the other country. You can be a superpower with a strong diplomatic behavior. This is one of the great example China provide for the rest of the world. This will be example and this will be teach and learn in colleges and universities for a new diplomats. Yes, if we have a strong economic diplomatic, if we have a strong diplomat to bring our youth, our basic people on the global level, as China continues raising its relationship with the international organization with shape only future but the future of global governance. Look at example, China never ever have a fight in last 50 years with any country. China never ever have any terrorist activities with any country. But silently with their strong diplomacy, they become a powerful nation on the planet. This is a way I believe as our responsibility, people who know the society better than other people who have experience like Mr. Osama, like our previous speaker and our honorable guest. They will change the shape. I want to say thank you to international organizations such like you, American Federation of Human Rights, and the other organizations who are providing this platform. So people who are new in this era, people who are joining new, the youth force, we can teach them that if you want to bring the change, learn a diplomatic skill, learn a diplomatic policy, waste your wrong interest of idea, bring your interest how to bring a better future for not only for you, for the people around us, the people who are affected by the war. Right this moment, while we are in a Zoom conference, while I was addressing you in last 13 minutes, more than 163 people die because of the conflict and because of the war. This can be a change if the European Union, if the Europe can be a peaceful society among us. They can finish their border, they can decrease their border forces, so they can be a use of one single currency in more than 26 countries. So yes, we can bring this change in a Middle East. Yes, we can help Africa by the diplomatic way to bring their future African in 2026. United Nations is not only for a place for an international organization or the country. United Nations open our arm, join me, approach me with your organization, with your skill, with your energy. Be a part of the United Nations volunteer sector. Be a part of United Nations peace keeping mission. Be a part of United Nations as a youth organization. Be a part of as a youth ambassador. Be a part of a diplomatic student. Be a part of we provide, we offer in relationship in international master. If you do not want to spend 2 or 3 years, join our short courses for better diplomatic courses. These will give you the platform. We are not hidden person. We are not people that you need to approach us with a multiple red barrier. You just need to join us to learn with your experience. But only thing we need from you, we need your passion. We need all of you, all of the people who are listening over there on a YouTube, on a social media, or Instagram, on a WhatsApp, or they come by chance to listen the global conference. Join us. Give your 10% and we will bring rest of 90% in your inside you. You will be one of the future Secretary General in UN. You will be one of the future observer like me, like other people who are shaping the world for a better future. Do not give up hope. Do not think, oh, it is too far for me. I'm living in Somalia, I'm in Africa, I'm in Pakistan, I'm in India. It is not possible for me. My family background is not supporting me. I do not have any diplomat in my society. I do not have a diplomatic background. I just need your passion. Or join us. Join us. We are not demanding any money. We are not demanding any funds. We are not demanding any physical exercise from you. We are demanding your commitment, that be a part of the people. Because every out of 6, 1 child is affected by the war zone in this world. Every 100 out of 130 women affected by the war conflict area in Middle East, in Europe, in other parts of the world. In last 1 year, only more than 135,000 women, children and men die in the Middle East. We need to have to do. You have to ask this question. Go back, sleep on your bed. Look at your children surrounding you. You are peaceful atmosphere. You can go and drink the water. You can sleep nicely in your bed. You are not worried about your children when they wake up, they will alive or not. Look at and feel the pain, the people who are affected by your silence. Because you are silent and people are getting affected. Every day, more than 137 people are affected by because people like you are silent. We are not a powerhouse. We are not making fake promises. Me or Mr. Osama or other my colleague, we are not a decision maker, but we are a fighter, we are defender, we are advocate. We can bring the change. So join us, join the organization, any organization, join us and speak for justice. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Basharat.